Yeah, even Rajnikant also joined. I started the recording.
Good,
Yeah,
good, sir. Yeah.
please.
So, hi guys. So this is it's related to SAP active methodologies. I may not knowing 100%, so based on to my past experience. So just I prepared a couple of slides, and let's have a discussion all together. And if I may lag somewhere, so can anyone pitch and explain? That will be really appreciate. If we have more time, then Satish will have another topic, so we can discuss.
1 minute now, Surendra, 1 minute. I want to give one small brief about this particular topic. We know that we might have working on SAP projects from several years. So particularly this SAP active methodology is point from the management aspect of how to implement the project, what is the methodology you have to use, what is the sequences you have to follow while implementing or deployment the project. So SAP is a previous methodology, activity is new methodology. So active the Surendra particularly, he might be saying that he know only new things, but he was certified through SAP. That is the reason we have requested to take the topic, and so he will cover what are the active methodology topics, and I will cover the what is the major differences between the SAP SF methodology, SAP Launch methodology, and active methodology. Active methodology is the new one currently we are using. The previous version is SAP Launch methodology, which most of the people doesn't aware of that. And before that was SAP SAP 8.0 that is the only a traditional methodology. So Surendra will cover SAP Active methodology, rest of methods and what are the difference between SAP Active and others. I will cover after the Surendra's
Okay.
presentation.
Just I think there's a typo. It is activate methodology, right?
Correct. Yes.
You have written as active methodology. That's why.
Yeah. Some people they're calling active or some it is calling me activate, but you said correct. That is standard name is activate methodology. Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
standard method is activate methodology. Yes. Some people they're calling it is short name is active methodology, but real name is
Yeah.
activate methodology. Yeah.
It's okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Please, Surendra.
We lost him.
Yeah, Surendra. I think he went to mute.
Surendra, you are on mute. I think if you are in the call.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Please.
so probably I was in mute. Yeah, sorry, I was talking in mute. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Please.
you are correct. So the which is the generally we will call short name as active. It's the real name is activate methodologies. So you are Rajnikant, you are correct. The basically activate methodology. What is the advantages and why compared to the which Satish said ASAP and difference to the activate methodology. So what is the new features here and basically why it is coming to the agile flavor, especially into the activate methodologies. So and basically agile methodology, what we are going to do day to day activities in the project in real time. So that's what I'm going to basically cover, which is really I worked into the Scrum methodologies, so Agile methodologies, my previous project. So that will help somehow. And let me go to the second slide. So basically, which is Activate methodologies introduced by SAP, which is it is a part of Agile methodologies. And if you know a little bit Agile methodology, what is a basics, so then it's easy to understand Activate methodologies. So basically, it's the flavor of Agile, and from there it's easy to understand. If you are in typically into the ASAP or some waterfall methodologies, it may difficult and it may you may need to go through all. So that is the key here. So if anyone has worked on Agile methodologies, so it's an easy. Basically, it is activate methodologies came out from the Agile methodologies. So which is we have there is activate three methodologies, three components mainly basically, which is easy to understand and ready to eat. It's a kind of I can say ready to eat kind of thing. So we can solution already inbuilt and we have like kind of business ones, business add-ons, everything here. So the mainly we can call as Activate is mainly three components is required, which is a best practice, and we know, so best practice everyone knows, which is if anyone newly implementing anything, so we can ready to configure business process based on to the industry best practices, because of SAP is already predetermined based on to the respective industry, so they have inbuilt solution. So we may not need to go end to end everything to be configured. So everything best practice, it's a predetermined, so we can use based on to the industry specific solution, which is a guided config. So you mean to say that the tool is based on to the Activate, so we can adjust based on to our industry solution, and which is the methodology. So this where come to the basically what scenario you are going to implement, what is the guidance may need to escalate to the implement and adoption solutions. So this is the main three is basically. So if you look at the older version, Satish said ASAP methodologies, we do not have that time on premises or cloud or hybrid. So this is typically will work on all the areas, either you are working on into the on premises or cloud or hybrid, anything. So Activate methodologies basically come introduced when they launched S4HANA, which I can say Simple Finance. So from there it's started this tool. So this is it's really good. And if you look at to the how we are going to newly do the implementation or system conversion, or which is Satish said, the landscape transformation. So everything it will have the more features, and it's an I can say the down the line slides you guys can see, the more time you can save, cost you can save, and there is a inbuilt, which is a solutions already was there based on to the industry best practices, so we can able to easily adapt. So that's where this slide says basically. If this slide anyone have any questions, we can discuss.
Surendra, you are going to discuss about those prepare, explore, realize, and deploy
Yeah,
in depth.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what this slide says. What is the active methodology? This was the first slide cover. The second, what is activate methodology stages? It's going to be covered down the line slides. Yeah, probably I think I can go ahead the further. So it's look like everyone is in silent. Yeah. So first I'm covering which is the left side, what is active, the best practices, guide, config, and methodology. So then I'm going to cover which Naga is asking all those things, and which is the activate methodology. So we can see the best practice, how we are going to, what is the difference between S4HANA Cloud Edition and on-premises edition. That's what this is typically.
Surinder, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Like still, I'm able to see the second slide. Are you? Sorry, still I'm in first one.
slide, yeah.
Yeah, first slide.
Oh, now we are able to see.
Yeah, now it moved to three.
It's third one.
Yeah, okay.
Can you go to the second one first, or you do?
So you guys can.
Yes, now it's okay.
This is good, right? So I have this.
Now it is good, Surinder. Go ahead.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
Yeah, this is the previously, which is I explained. So what is the activate methodology? We can see the three components, which is the main best practice and guide configuration, and which is the methodology. So this I am going to cover to the next slide, more detailed. What is the advantages of best practice, which is then cloud implementation or on-premises implementation? If you are going to the guide configuration or methodology, what is the difference between cloud or on-premises? So I will cover into the next slide. So this is basically, which is active methodology, which is mainly it will deploy on based on to the industry best practice solutions. So we may not need to like what we are doing, blueprint, realization, analyzation, finalization, go live. So we may not need to think about much on that. SAP is based on to the industry specific solution already was there, which is end-to-end the configuration, end-to-end scenarios and testing, all that inbuilt. So based on to this activate methodology, we can use it. So this is the first slide. So, and let me go to the next slide.
Surendra, one basic
Yeah.
question.
Go ahead.
So Activate methodology is an add-on, or any we need to install anything, or whether it will be in the solution manager where we can access the Activate methodology.
This is it's not an inbuilt. I mean to say, like the solution manager, how we are the previous session we are implemented the BCM component add-on. The same way this has to be add-on.
Okay. So special licensing required, or
Yeah. It's not the special licensing required. So if you are purchasing onto the S/4HANA cloud or on-premises, so they are going to be give it. It's currently this is an additional feature. In maybe in long run they are going to bring this is for a special license. We don't know. At present they are giving inbuilt.
okay, sir.
And they have provided a Fiori application to track everything from
Correct.
to deploy. They have provided a Fiori application. So every phase has 10 streams. So automatically you can monitor your stream, so you can assign your users. Everything you can do in Fiori application. Everything you can track it. Under the Fiori.
It's kind of SOX SOX compliant related. So there is a predetermined checklist if you are using the active methodologies. So everything it will cover there.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
So
Great.
each phase, if you missed anything, system itself will show, hey, you are planning to implement so and so scenarios, you missed so and so thing.
Surendra, this does it mean that we cannot use this on the ECC?
We may can use it, but the base will be the HANA database.
Okay, HANA database is a requirement.
Yes,
okay.
required.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because of this solution built on HANA. It's not in core Java or Oracle backend support. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is basically typically this slide will be shows which is S/4HANA Cloud Edition and which is S/4HANA on-premises. If you implement the activate methodology, what is the difference? And if you look at the first point, basically it more or less same. It's going to the best practice include a business and integration process optimized for S/4HANA Cloud or on-premises. Both the places same. And if you look at the second point, there is a system for initial scoping and fit and gap you are going to analyze. And if you look at the for on-premises, it's typically a little bit different. So which I mean to say, the naming convention is different. The project jumpstart with the on-premises software appliance, which is the landscape, everything need to be your own. So you need to be taken care there. If you look at the left side cloud, everything already predetermined. It's a best practice solution. We can just plug in and we can use it. So this is cloud. We have the self-service configuration for initial setup. It's a kind of best practice solution. So we can use it that. If you're coming to the on-premises, may not that. So you may need to end-to-end go through that. So what is the scenarios you are going to implement and what is the current solution and what you are going to designing for the on-premises. And if you look at the scoping, both are same, but the typically difference is the cloud edition through the expert configuration you are going to go. Here is on-premises, we have IMG or Fiori. So this is the major difference. And coming to the content lifecycle management enabled by SAP, which someone has asked the initial basic question. So it's maybe inbuilt or we may need to purchase a license, anything, may not on cloud. If you look into the on-premises, so that you may need to purchase. So content lifecycle management not available, which is on-premises. because of mainly I can say SAP want to keep everything in their hand, which all the clients they want to control. So basically on cloud. And if you look at to the solution management in cloud, which is best practices, business process and project content and everything inbuilt. So we make an like a checklist, we can use whatever we want. But coming to the which is on premises, so which typically different and which is add-on here is best practice solution. Along with that, we may need to use the solution manager on hands-on customer location, include the best practice business process and project content and everything which is hands-on, which everything controlled by client, may not controlled by SAP. So we have our own, so like we see a lot of clients we are using custom a lot. So this typically will help on premises to code however we want. And if you go to the cloud, so we need to optimize and we need to be bring it down certain level standards. We may not need to go 100% G into the cloud. So that is the this is very high level basic difference. And if you go in depth, each scenario there is a pros and cons, which is the cloud edition and on premises. On premises, it's an our own risk if you are going to do some custom. However, now what we are doing the same way. And if you are going to the cloud, so everything it will be like I can say pin to pin, bumper to bumper monitor by SAP. So they know what we are doing. So that is the cloud, and which is the you are going to either new implementation, system conversion, or landscape. You can see the examples on the right side. So how we are going to do either from ERP system or your non-ERP system, or you have the multiple ERP systems, and this is the basic conversion examples in the right side. So anyone have any questions, which is the basic difference between cloud and on-premises, which you are using it to the activate methodologies? Yeah.
Self-service configuration for initial setup. So this configuration, they refer whatever the functional configuration we required for the
Correct.
system, or they will talk about the activate methodology setup. Like solution manager also we set up, right? Like that setup or configuration, our like IMG configuration.
So it's a completely IMG configuration.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any choice to increase font?
My screen. So
Yeah.
I don't think I already in the big screen.
Surendra, you can go into play mode. Then it will be bigger size.
Yeah, I'm in play mode only. You see now.
Appearance.
No, Surendra.
Can you
If you
see
see,
appearance title?
Yeah.
right now it's showing in 54%. Make it 100.
Yeah.
Make it 100.
No, actually, you're not in play mode. Somehow it's not in play mode.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm in something has happened. Okay.
Maybe now make it 75, something like that.
No,
Seven.
right side you close that format thing so that you get more space. Click
Yes.
again on that format. No, right hand side, Surendra.
Right hand side.
Those three buttons are there, right? Format,
Format,
animate.
animated document. Yeah, click on
Yeah,
one second.
click on
the
format one
button
more
so
time.
that it will
Format.
go out.
Yeah, fine.
Probably now you guys can able to see. I
Very
need to
clear.
mix.
Yeah, it's very
It's
clear.
much better, yes.
Sorry guys, so I'm not knowing this. So yeah.
Actually, I have cataract operation gone, so I'm struggling to see that one. So
Oh, okay. So now you guys may be clear, so you guys can see now.
yeah, it's good. It's very clear, Surendra.
Yeah. So anyone have any questions on what is the difference between cloud and on-premises? So basically, this is very high level. So if you go to the in-depth, so which Murli provided certification material, ACT 100 and 200. So you can see more, and they want to control everything by their hand. So on cloud edition. If you are on premises, so they're helping us, but have currently we are in E2C how they are helping the same pattern. Even hybrid also the same pattern. They may not going to help 100%.
The idea behind that is they don't want any client interaction or client controlled environment in cloud. So
Correct. You are correct.
They go by the best practice. Basically,
Best practice.
what is best in the industry, they'll identify. See.
Yeah.
And it may or it may not allow functionality tweaking.
Correct.
Mostly it won't. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So on-premises, say you wanted, you have a business process XYZ, which may be best practice or which may be specific to your company. So these are the challenges. Whether I want functionality or I want expenses, less expense, or I want more security or I want less security, or everything is handled by SAP or
no security wise anywhere, either you are going to the by cloud or on-premise or hybrid, security wise fully secure. So but controlled by SAP is very
that is the security.
Hybrid or on-premises.
They have control on your database.
Yeah.
So that it's all age-old dilemma between which way to go.
Correct. Basically, I based on to my past experience, which is my colleagues all we worked, so which is a massive big clients may not interested or entertained to go with cloud. They want to control by their own.
Yeah. That is a big discussion, definitely a good one.
Yeah.
One question to you, Surendra Garu. What is exactly this? We are talking about the Activate methodology on S/4HANA cloud. Our entire database is on the cloud. That is my question.
The left side one entire will be in cloud. Either all.
Okay, not just Activate methodology itself.
No. Complete controlled by everything in cloud.
Yeah,
so
everything
not just
is available in the cloud. From there, you are taking your instance and using it.
Okay. Correct.
Gotcha. In
you are not going to. Other one is you have an expenses. I mean to say.
S/4HANA.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But S/4HANA on-premise and HANA on-premise would work similarly? You mentioned that even if you have database of HANA, then still you can
may not work 100% scenarios.
Okay, some scenarios may be missing.
Yeah. So if you look at currently, there are so many clients. They are in ECC 6 and they are using the database EHP 7 or 8 HANA database.
Okay.
And they are building their own apps however they want, right? In this case, S/4HANA, if you look at that flavor, may not be work 100%. So you can achieve somewhere database faster, and whatever you want to this input or output, everything it should be faster, and whatever the way you are securing everything will be similar database level. Either you are into the ECC or HANA database, S/4HANA database level similar, but the scenarios slightly different.
Gotcha. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Surendra, next question. So we are discussing about the cloud edition of this one.
Correct.
Okay. In depth, if we go, we have multi-tenant and single tenant, like public and private.
Correct.
Is there anything changes in between those two?
Yes, absolutely. There is a changes.
Okay. So we are going to discuss that one, or
no, even that part I did not work. There is a changes. I did not cover in this
because if we know, we better to discuss, because there is a basic question nowadays. Any interview they are asking.
Yeah, there is a changes. So because of the way implementation wise, cost wise, I mean to say database level, everything there is a variation.
And maybe security level also.
Yeah, everything, pin to pin, there is a change.
Difference, lot of
differences. So they want to keep something right. So they want to differentiate two products, which is the same flavor. They want to give more features.
So that is discussed in Act 100 and 200. If you go through, we can.
Yeah, if
that
you
will
are
be-
going to the certification material 100 and 200, so in depth, so there is a slide. I've seen that.
Yeah. Okay.
This 100 and 200, two different materials and different certifications. One has to
One
go through one of them.
certification, the 100 is purely activate methodologies,
Okay.
200 is purely which is agile methodologies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this activate methodologies came from agile methodologies. Okay, so that's what they want to be. If you are going to write certificate, you want to know the base, what is agile, how it
Also.
is working on it. So
So one
based,
certification you have to prepare with two materials.
yeah, both
Gotcha. Gotcha.
100 and 200.
Gotcha. Thank you. Maybe next time, if somebody knows it, we can include that part, the multi-tenant and tenant, single tenant thing.
Correct. Yeah, when we will go through the, I mean to say, in-depth on certification, so then we can able to
Talk
look
about
at
it. Thank you.
materials. Yeah.
Sure.
So basically, what the business will expect, client will expect, this is the high level. So this is the main key. Basically, if you want to know what is activate methodologies and what client will expect, business will expect, and what SAP is giving the futures. So this is the main.
Gotcha.
So either cost level, or time value level, or incremental approach, or big bang, or flexibility and choices on-premises and on cloud. So this is the basic differences and what we are going to save mainly when we adopt this technology in our system, in our clients. So we are going to save time and cost, reduce, and probably risk. You are going to be reduce minimal risk if you are adopting this technology, and the flexible wise, uh, if you are using into the cloud. So everyone knows, so either cloud or hybrid, so on premises. So we have all the smart devices you are going to be use those technologies and wherever you are in. So you may not have to open the GUI into the laptop or desktop and sit and work on it. So this you can work wherever you are in if you have the smart device. So that's where completely you can operate business, and which is a key characteristics to implement the approach. Start with the best practice, and which we are going to validate the solution. So what you are going to validate the solution? So when we start the best practice, so already SAP will give this is your industry, automobiles, or it's a kind of ISIL, or it's a kind of food product industry. What solution is available best practice? So then we can validate the solution and best practice, and we may need to see what it will fit to our business and where is the gap and how to fill. So then module wise, we are going to analyze what are the modules they are going to be implement and what configuration may require, what is the deliverables may require, and then which is the right side reassembled and the cloud ready. So if you are in the cloud, so how we are going to reassemble flexible and speed and cloud and everything, leverage the solution based on to the industry specific you are going to be do. And the other one you are going to be use how which is engagement ready, so which is premium engagement based on to the packages, which is implementing packages. So you are going to based on to the client discussion, it's going to be ready which solution you are going to be deploy. And then the last is client will expect what is the quality, what is the risk, what is the advantages. So this is the main, we'll look at it. So this is the called as a big bang. So what key characteristics of the implementation approach which we are going to be activate methodologies in cloud or on premises or hybrid. So this is very, very high level. We may not going to be consultant knowing these things, and which is the management level people may not knowing to work on this. Yeah. So I hope everyone
One
knows this.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I'm hearing from this slide, what I'm understanding from this slide is this is more of SAP S4 HANA implementation.
Correct.
So can we use this particular Activate methodology for our internal projects or not?
Our internal projects means you are in S4HANA, you are in
We are
ECC.
on S4 HANA on-premise, for example. We already use this Activate methodology or Active methodology, and we come up with our implementation ready, and we went live. Okay. Now we are doing our own projects.
Okay.
See, ASAP methodology, if you look at it, you can use it for any specific project, whatever you are doing internally. Same way, can you use this or not? That is my question.
This we can use it.
Okay.
Yeah. But here or there is some points we may need to draw back. So because of if you are coming with the initial big bang, so you may knowing end to end, and middle you are going to use. So we may need to, because of already you are in live. So which is the scenarios is applicable to you. You are going to activate it, and you are going to use it. So you may not going to be 100% satisfaction. The initial when we are working with this functionality, because of already you are used XYZ and implemented the system.
Yeah, because when we talked in the beginning, this is nothing but a agile methodology.
Correct.
Agile methodology is a project management for anything, for any new project.
Correct.
It is a S4 HANA.
So it's a dynamically change agile methodology anytime scenarios. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, trying to understand a little more higher level, and I understood. Yeah, got you. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the basically Activate methodology, either cloud or on-premises. Basically, we have ASAP methodology, basically project preparation, blueprint, realization, finalization, go live, some kind of each stages. If you look at here, they will concentration on more on 4 stages. So in the project life cycle, so which is a discover earlier stage, which we are building it to the system. So which is mainly covered start from which is project preparation and explore and realize and deploy. Once deployed, which is in production support. So that's what this slide will show. And if you look at to the below, and I don't think you guys can read this, so I can explain. So what is experience to the cloud trial? So which you are going to be discover the initially. So what is the prerequisites and what is the advantages, everything you are going to discuss. And when we are going to be launched to the project preparation, start with a module of XYZ company and ready to run the business process, optimize for SAP S4 HANA, what is required.
Surendra, make 100%, no?
If we make 100%.
Actually, when I double click on the first header part of the screen, I'm able to see better.
So now 100% is good. So
yeah, better than earlier.
Yeah, better than earlier, definitely.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for advising. Yeah. So this is basically a preparation, what is required, basically ready, and which is the modules and delivery, and what is the best practice, what is the partners, everything we are going to do. And then which is you are going to be explore. So explore means which is you are going to be run what is the SAP deployed and based on to our business, what is the industrial solution they are giving us. So then you are going to identify the solution and there which is suitable to our business, and what is the gaps and how to those gaps, and everything we are going to look at in the explore scenario. So which I can say this is basically blueprint we can call as. So that's what here, and so everything you are going to finalize what is SAP given, what is we are going to implement. This is typically consultant will look at this scenario. So and coming to the realization, so which is migrate, integrate to the extent to the other applications, and you are going to extensively typically configure into the system and integrate with the other modules, and as well as down upgrade and down the downstream systems solution end to end. So once this is done, so you are going to be move the scenarios to the quality or pre-production, wherever you are going to be work end to end, then it is done. So then which is you are going to be onboard those scenarios into the production, which we can call as go live, and here is deploy this functionality into the production system. So that is the deployment. So after that, which is a production support, which is operation monitor support. So which is the run. Run means it is typically everyday operations are running into the production environment. So basically this is they're minimized, which is 5 phases to 4 phases, and which is mainly the project preparation previously was there. So there keep it as it is here as project prep, and explore it is a similar kind of blueprint, and realization and which is in development, and finalization they bring it to the realization. Those two basically merge it to the realize, and which is a go live, and they made it as a deploy. So out of 5 they kept as 4, and what they merged is realize and finalize. Everything they merge they up together, merge it to the one as a realize. That's it. The simple naming convention, and if you look at the consultant in depth, they know which bucket it will fall. So that is the major differences here. Yeah. Yeah. So remaining everything is common. So project preparation, ASAP method is what you are doing, you are going to do the same, and blueprint what you are going to do there, here the explore you are going to do the same. And once that is finalized, you are going to do the realization, implement and test and finalize, which you are going to do the end-to-end testing with the business, IT consultant, all smoke test, everything, when you are going to deploy, called as go live. So that's how the high level Activate methodologies. So they made it.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah. So their naming convention, and they're making here are their changes. If you look at the typically consultant going to work the same. Yeah. So anyone have any questions here? So then we'll go more on this slide only. Based on this slide, the more details into the next down the line slide.
Sure. Let us go and see that. I think we are okay. Yeah.
Surendra.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Just I want to add one more point, but before you
go ahead. Go ahead.
So, particularly if in the cloud version or public version, if business or business users want to see how it would be the Fiori screens, or how it would be the S4, how the visualization would be, that will be possible in the S4 HANA. So particularly for SAP Activate methodology, the SAP will give you 2 weeks of free subscription. So if you want to see before purchasing, they will give you a free 14-day subscription period. So in that one, in that period, they will provide the implementation partner will help the business to see how the screens will be like this. If you want to do the customization, you can see here, and you can see the videos like that. So he will visualize the solution before implementing the S4 HANA itself to business. So before implementing itself, the business users or the project managers or core team members, they can see some pre-guided screens itself. Okay, if I want to see FBL 5N, customer open at a display, how it will be in the my SAP. So instead of waiting until implementation or checking in some videos in YouTube, the user can see how it could be the real screen itself after my implementation. So that will one of the biggest advantage for here. So you can visualize what is the application you're going to use in future. That is one of the biggest advantage here. So they will come and understanding. And another advantage here in normal SAP traditional methodology, business users want to come into the picture until final testing. In any one of the field, now we don't involve them. But here in accurate methodology, we will involve from the day one to monitor but to show the application, we include them, we show our videos, we show the guided configuration, everything. So from that is the reason agile methodology will include the business users from the day one. So not like in traditional methodology, SF methodology, we won't include them until the testing. That is also one of the biggest advantage of actual methodology.
Yeah.
Yes, Surendra, please.
Yeah, thanks, Satish.
Yeah, that is a good point, Satish. Definitely.
Yeah, so before SAP will give the confidence and they will explain us and they will say what is your current solution and what is the predetermined solutions is available in based on to the best practice industry, and that will really give a spoon feeding to the client to
business
understand their own business, and they can ready to jump to the implement to the S4HANA. They will make like that, and if you go in depth and you may understand what the scenarios will support, but high level definitely will support. If you look at the current, everyone working into the massive industries may not support 100%. Yeah.
But anyhow, the important thing is at the end of the day, acceptance is basically negotiation skills and making the customer to accept the product is always customer and SAP has to agree upon. That is where exactly some of the projects may fail. I have seen such projects.
So if you guys look at, I mean, it's look like I'm deviating the subject. If you look at, I seen one of the biggest 350 years old industry client, they asked why we need to implement S4HANA. We are already in EC6, we are in pretty good. We are running all the solutions. You are giving cutoff time to move out from ECC. We are not going to support, and you may need to use to the S4HANA. Then they said we are the massive industry. This is a industries we are working on it, and how we can believe your solution to implement into our massive system. If something was crossed or something has happened, what is the guarantee of my business? And they couldn't able to 100% satisfy the business, and they bought Central Finance. So you can keep your baby, and top up on that you can build another baby. If you okay with that baby, you can close another baby and you can run with this, even though they are not happy to run it. Couple of clients.
Yeah, I know Whirlpool. That's what they're doing it. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is majority of the clients. So I don't want to say the name.
They don't want to go for S4HANA instance because SAP is not able to justify the investment.
Yeah, that is the reason when initially they introduced 2015 Simple Finance, then they came up with the Central Finance, and they come up with the S4HANA. So that is a majority reasons.
Yeah. Some people are still, they don't want to go for S4HANA. Various reasons, you are right.
Yeah. So if you look at coming to our project life cycle, which is the project prep, explore, realize, finalize, deploy and run. So this slide will may explain, which is a very high level. So what you are going to do, the project prep, and what you are going to do, which is the explore, and what you are going to do, realize, and what you are going to do in the deploy. So if you look at project prep, we are going to do typically on cloud or anything, you are going to be see what is our current solution and how we are going to be implement and everything, and which is Explorer you may can see, which is the fit and gap, everything based on to the company based model solution, which is you are going to do then the scoping and configure everything, and which is typically came into the realize phase, and which you look at to the mitigate and integrate and extend and test. If you look at that, the both is covering the previous slide. I said the ASAP methodologies and agile methodologies, what is the difference? And if you look at the active, this is the same. If you look at here, and basically the realize, it shows scope and configure, and the finalize, which is ASAP, is there, and here the realize is covering, which is the integration, testing, everything. If you look at typically, this slide says everything is meshed together one.
Gotcha.
So the previous slide I explained, but typically you can see here, this is the majority difference here.
Yep.
So then deploy, everyone knows, which is onboard go live, and the innovative deliveries, which is the activate. You can see the pre-config and the trial system, role-based self-learned evaluation to the S/4HANA utilized by SAP Fiori. So this is the main thing, and this is a common, which is the start your project ready to run business and integrate to the project deliverables, which is the project. And the third one is the majority key. And if you look at, you are in ECC, you are using into the solution manager 7.2. I may not knowing all the clients may using or not, but typically I use when I worked, which is the existing clients, even they're in ECC, they're using the solution manager 7.2%. Yeah. But the same thing they brought it to here. So you may understand how importance they are giving to the solution manager here.
Yeah, one quick question, Surendra. The first point about Fiori, is it once you go into the cloud, Fiori is a compulsory, correct? You have to
you are going on premises, hybrid or cloud. If you touch to the S/4HANA, Fiori is a mandatory.
Okay.
So this is not, if you are going to touch only cloud, you may use only Fiori, not like that. If you are touching it to the S/4HANA up to certain version, so if you are touching S/4HANA 16.10 below, you may not use Fiori apps, may not required as well. So they did not correlated that much tightly. Not required, which I implemented, we ignored the Fiori. So 16.10 after they realized, hey, client's going to be ignored, we may need to bring it to the database level very tightly. So then they made it as a mandatory.
Mandatory.
Yeah, they are also very clever. Yeah.
So Fiori will bring up more and more investment from the client and customer. Yeah.
Correct. Their main motive is that is the only thing. So they can control however they want business. Yeah.
At the same time, may not be all the applications which you are using SAP ECC will be available in SAP Fiori tiles. No, most of applications for each version they are bringing more applications as Fiori tiles. So we can't expect that everything available in ECC will be available in SAP Fiori tile. No. So most of the applications.
Then functionality, what happens to the gap of functionality?
Yes, they brought it to Fiori. Yes.
No, one sec.
If you want to create your own Fiori application, you can.
No. Satish, one question. Sitaram, sir. The question answer is, if you look at the functionality wise, the basic version functionality very minimal. That's what I said. Fiori may not use. You can implement only S/4HANA. If you look at to the current versions, which I can say 1709 after, the Fiori tightly integrated with the system.
Means everything is available in Fiori.
In the functionality level. Yes, correct.
Level.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care about the Fiori or not, but functionality, I don't want to lose the functionality as
such. You may not miss, you are implementing 1709 after version. Below version, the Fiori as well, you see how the S/4HANA 1709, 1609, 1809, 1909, they are releasing the versions. The same way they are releasing the Fiori also versions, if you see typically. that's where the
Surendra,
functionality is. Yes, please go ahead, please.
Surendra,
Yeah.
yeah, Satish. So, if any particular business application not supported by Fieri application, so then mandatorily the user must be log into the GUI, right?
Exactly. GUI is already will be there. See, the favor is every client may not depending on 100%.
Okay.
Okay, so there by default, their system GUI it was there, and they try to addict and mingle with the Fiori and start working on it. And sometimes they are not happy with the Fiori. They're typically they're quitting it to the Fiori and they're logging into the SAP.
GUI, SAP GUI, okay.
GUI. I seen so many users they are hit with the Fiori. They're not
Just
because
like
of their
Fieri maybe in a fast food kind of thing to deliver.
Yeah, so I don't want to say that because of I seen couple of users they because of they're addicted their old baby they want to continue with that.
Yeah. Basically, lot of issues that side and this side also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the clients are not going with the Fieri as of now. If they are doing the conversion, immediately they are using their like transactions and everything like ECC only. Later phases they are implementing SAP Fieri step by step. So wherever mandatory things like bank account management, house bank creation, uh, still they are using the NWBC. If they don't want to use the Fieri, using the NWBC, they are trying to create the bank account, house bank, and
No, you may correct, but if you look at to the 1809 version onwards, SAP is not entertaining to use NWBC to create bank accounts and export and import. Okay, so there is a bugs in that. They try to avoid that and go with the Fiori.
Okay.
The reason is Fiori, you have a workflow approvals, everything end to end. If you are going to the NWBC, you do not have a control and you are downloading from one system and you are uploading into the other server. So
is a lot of manual things.
yeah, manual thing, but what is the errors you are getting? That is a bulk and that is a junk errors. You may not going to identify, hey, I downloaded 100 house banks, I'm going to uploading to the another environment 100 house banks. You see there uploaded you may 80 or 60 only. 100 is not updated. It shows the errors. You are going to identify 100 errors. It's very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. We are in the same situation. We are implementing 18009. So whatever point you mentioned, we are already facing.
Yeah.
So, but at this moment, we are not going with the Fieri. So they are just going with the NWBC only.
Yeah. So maybe because of I faced this issue, typically I killed and grilled down to the SAP guys. They sit in front of me. They could not able to solve my questions.
Yeah, the same thing. I think me and Satish when we were.
I could not able to explain to the client because I am also brand new to that system. And SAP consultant was there, and we are uploaded. We are had to cut over, and whatever we have the other environment, whatever we are moving to the new environment, I cannot see those all the end-to-end banks. And typically, if I look at the configuration level, I see 100% is matching, but house banks was not there. There is multi of reasons, and I may not going to be identify that. I called immediately the people, and they're there. We need time. We need to fix it. The client started. He's raising a voice, and I do not have to stop to them.
But one question to Naga. Then what you people are doing now?
We are doing NWBC only. Yeah, but whatever Surendra mentioning, I think those are the points. So every client we need to do. So suppose house bank we can transport, but GL account assignment we can't. We have to do it every client. Again, like it's a manual activity.
No, basically, if you look at this, what is Naga is saying now, if typically client knows end-to-end SAP, the banking process, I don't want to say other meaning, and they will blast us. Double work you are going to do, and even though there is no security wise, you are losing both the things. So where is the tracking? You are going to miss it. So
you're right.
That's what I face the issue. Yeah.
there is a change history and everything it is giving, but that's not a correct.
No,
So
my client
typically,
was not happy. So he knows in and out the banking process end to end. And when I'm explaining this, when I'm uploading, he is saying something and he's not at all happy. He said, Surendra, stop you, don't do further. It's an audit issue. I need to call SAP guys, call your manager. They are going to different deviation. So I came out and they finalized something and they did something.
yeah. So in that case,
So
if they are not using the Fiori, they are missing the workflow one,
yeah,
workflow one, and another thing is still dependent on the technical or functional team. So we
yeah,
need to configure house bank, then they can maintain the GL account directly, but
yeah,
that still
correct.
they have to depend on the technical team. If the Fiori, they can directly do it.
Correct. So basically, I can say if the 1709 version below, if you are implementing as a banking, uh, I'm not happy with that SAP provided solution. So, which is the current version, it is pretty good, massive.
Yeah,
So it's good.
exactly. Me and Satish worked in 1610 and 1709.
Huh.
So when we are having the bank account management at the time, even we don't want to use the workflow. So at the time, we need to deactivate the workflow in the configuration level.
Yeah,
So
it's good, Naga. So it's look like we are deviating the topic.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
go
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
if
sure, sure. Yeah,
so
let us move
basically
forward. Let us
here
complete
is
this. Yeah,
mainly
people
Fiori
may be
is the
in hurry
main,
to catch up.
and
Yeah.
top up on that, I observed one thing, but I don't know others observed or not. The security roles, what we have into the SAP GUI level, what you have into the Fiori level, that is a slightly different. So that may not happy the end user level, and high level may not knowing everyone that issues. And typically the end user, if they're logging into the GUI and they're looking at the report or posting functionality, everything, what they have the roles, and the same roles if they have into the Fiori and they are trying to do apply the solution or do the reporting and postings, it's not working. There is a slightly change security levels, and still that I may not knowing that 1809, 1909 those issues are fixed or not. Before that versions they have issues.
Yeah.
The Fiori level, GUI level. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
Surendra, just move on because we are already a little late. Let us move on. Thank you.
yeah. So this is which is the typically the life cycle. What is the mainly covered the configuration which is on premises on cloud. This is we are already known the previous slide also, which we can discuss, and which we see what it will cover into the project prep and explore the technical preparation steps and test conversation, and which we look at the realization realize phase, what we are going to cover, which is typically the functional business processes, and integrate to the upgrade and down the line systems, what we are going to deploy go live, and which we see here, which is technical prep, and which is semantic adaptive, which is the task what we are going to do, which is the Fiori level, which is the conversion level, and which is the technical level, which is the solution management level. So those it will talk here. This is a typically a consultant activity, which is each the role individual consultant going to be play here, either basis or security or irrespective of the modules and upgrade and downgrade systems. This is mainly.
One quick question,
Mhm.
Surendra Garu. What is the basically on-premise deployment where SAP doesn't have complete control on it? And when compared to this one, this cloud, SAP has more control on it, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, in that case, timelines wise, you can cut short drastically in this cloud
Yes,
implementation.
correct. If you are spending 100 hours in the cloud, on premises, you may need to spend
500 hours.
30% extra. 30%.
30%
They are
extra.
saying 30%.
Yeah, I know one company called Tesoro, oil company. They put $500 million on the table to complete the S/4HANA. They took 3 years to implement.
Oh, okay.
That was on-premise 1609. Next week, we are going to get the lecture from that guy. He was the, enterprise architect for that project.
Yeah.
We can ask him to tell his experience.
The basically only difference, the cloud consultant is zero knowledge, happily implement, because SAP is helping everything. Okay, I don't want to blame the consultant. That's what I seen. If it is on premises, what SAP says, 30% only difference. If you want to make only the 30% level, consultant should be really hands-on, smart, and experienced.
Oh, got you.
So then only 30%. Otherwise, it's going to be keep on increase.
Yes.
Percentage and time level. Yeah. That's what I really seen. Yeah.
Got you.
Multiple clients. So that's what the difference here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, which is I'm going to talk about much an active method, which is a Scrum.
Scrum, we can skip it. Yeah.
Before going to next slide, I want to know more about the maintenance planner.
You want to go the previous slide?
Yeah, previous slide. I want to know more about the maintenance planner. What we do in the maintenance planner. Like some I know what we are going to do, and data migration, I know some points what we do. So at the maintenance planner, what we do. So like what type of activities?
Yeah, if you look at the typically the technical operations, so which is typically as a functional consultant may not have 100% active role here.
Okay.
So basically, it's a high-level planning, and which is a software we are going to use, software of upgrade manager, whatever, and the database level. And which is it's typically which is database level. This is.
So I heard suppose there will be a checklist, step by step.
Yeah.
Process.
Yes, correct. So if you look at the technical preparation, which is step by step system conversion, even though fully technical, which is the functional guy keep on active and attention, because of the end of the day bottleneck and painful is going to be client going to touch is functional team. It's not going to be the technical team, what they did, system conversion or migration or database level, what they did, everything.
But this maintenance planner, the word itself is looking like in the future, how you maintain in case of some sort of troubleshooting. That may be the thing.
Everything. So everything. If you look at the technical preparation, so here I can see here only 3 points, and if you go to the 100, which is the certification 100 series, 100 documentation, Act 100, you can see each there are 3-4 pages details what the maintenance planner going to be do. So there is a more details because of I'm not covering here 100% here based on to the one if you're maintenance planner. So this session completely will help one session for maintenance planner because of that may not require 100% for us at present until unless you are at the project management level.
Yeah. Okay, Surendra. Yeah.
But if you look at here, these 3 technical preparation level, you have 3 questions for the certification. 3 questions I got.
Wow.
This point. Yeah.
That is good tip.
Yeah. So I really surprised. Yeah, because if I may not reading 100%, not understand. I don't know which I selected answer may correct or not. So I got 3 questions. Yeah.
Very typical problem with any exams.
Yeah, correct. So basically the below 3 slides, it's going to be covered Scrum. Everyone knows if you are into the Agile methodologies. So what is the product blocks is they are going to prioritize the scenarios. The planning, they are going to be the main. What is the scenarios they are going to do? The planning going to do product blocks, everything which is the product owner, we can call as scenario owner or business owner, XYZ the process. So this guy is the main key, and this guy going to be discussed with the business, and he's a bridge with business and IT. So he's going to prioritize the scenarios, and he's going to bring it to tasks, and that is going to be ready, and the Scrum board is going to be discussed, and then there will be a team and the team has minimum 2 to 4 weeks of any kind of one scenario if you took it. So you need to be delivered within 2 weeks at where you are. You need to say to the sprint planning um, there. There is a black grooming session as well, so that we were not working on it. A black grooming session, everything going to be the work product owner and Scrum Master. Scrum Master basically typically we can call as a project manager in current world. Yeah. So retrospective means they are going to reprioritize and they are going to take our feedback and see how we need to be actively work and improve the productivity. Yeah. So then after 2 weeks, so we have a demo. So demo means if I took one scenario, if I implemented, we need to show that where we are and how it is working on it. Then there are going to be input and outputs there we are going to be discuss. Based on that, if the client will sit and discuss and they will have any scenarios and business add-ons and there is any need to be add few more advantages to that scenario and business is not happy what we did 2 weeks the solution, so they want more reliable and the retrospective will be the key and everyone will discuss and this is the final step and says what is the future 2 weeks we are going to do or down the line 2 months what we are going to do and everything is the key, the retrospective. Here everyone will get an importance, either consultant, project manager or end user or business user or stakeholder, product owner, everyone will be there, everyone have importance, everyone has to listen for what they are saying. Based on that, which is the Scrum Master going to finalize what is the next 2 week scenarios with discussing with this guy. So this is the very high level, which typically I worked in this environment probably 3 years I worked on it and I'm not happy 100% with this process because of 2 weeks when we start one scenario, if we have discussion with business and integrated teams, we may not come 100% output and they will expect something baby has grown already, but nothing the baby is growing. So
This may be useful for other projects maybe, but for SAP it is very typical.
Everybody has that feeling. Yes.
The another way problem is Scrum Master will have a meeting every day morning 1 hour and he's going to be screw up like anything and we do not have a chance to say anything to them and typically down the earth this guy is monitoring the system.
I never worked on this Scrum methodology, but my wife is working. I know the pain. Every morning 8:30 she's having calling. I know the pain.
So you know this solution, this guy is expecting every day something different answer. If you are saying same answer, he have a rights and capable to say, hey, I'm not expecting the same answer. He can say that, and he can complain to the product owner, and we are expecting the same answer from the team, and we may not going to be deliver 2 weeks what you are expecting the solution. So that's where you are going to prioritize again solution. These guys too discussing on, they are going to prioritize. So typically production support may work this. Implementing to the project, it's very, very challenging because of
basically non-SAP systems like Java environments, you are developing libraries at first phase and completing them. Then you are working on the main integration. That time this is okay, but in SAP we don't do a lot of function modules and use them. We try to conceive complete solution.
Correct. So basically everyone knows product owner what they are going to be do. He is the whole and sole owner of the system. Whatever he says, business has to listen and the Scrum Master has to listen and team has to listen. This guy is rocking here. So based on his inputs, Scrum Master going to actively monitor the system and based on to the everyday status meeting with the team, then he's going to work with the product owner and then a product owner going to work with the business and say this is going to be implement, this may not implement, and these guys mutually to understand, either convey to the team, either convey to the pain to the business, and these two guys is the bottlenecks here.
And they're doing their job, man.
Typically, who is the product owner, Surendra? Is client, right? Typically.
Yeah. So product owner is typically, as you said, the client. Client also is not the business. So bridge. This guy is a bridge.
Is it like BPO? Business
Yes.
process owner.
Yeah. So business process owner, he is going to be work with business and he is going to be work with IT.
Got it.
He knows all the painful of IT. He knows all the painful of business. If IT business is asking X, IT may not able to do X, then product owner can understand. Business may not understand what we say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're
this
off IT and off business actually.
correct.
Their
But
talent
they
is
has to
undifferented.
know hands on SAP. If they doesn't know SAP, then it's very tough for IT team. Yeah. So if he's purely from business guy, it's very tough for IT team. It's
Yeah, but they
very
will,
challenging that too.
yeah, they will grow themselves in the long run. But
Yeah,
earlier
you
business
may correct.
process.
Basically, I which I worked couple of clients. They moved from IT to product owners. In this case, IT team so happy. Even though monitoring scenarios and everything, but whatever we excuse, whatever we will say, the pain,
They understand
they
very well.
understand and they will dominate with the business and they will get some
Convince the
time. Yeah,
business.
get some time, or they will save us something. Yeah, that's what happening there. So, and basically, this is the end of the day, which I said the product blogs and product owner, and which is the sprint planning, which we are going to visit all together into the one. It's a kind of war room. You can see here retrospective. So, everyone going to be discussed and prioritize everything retrospective. They are going to be discussed end to end, and they are going to be finalized. But this is typically, every 2 weeks you are going to face to the all business, client, IT, and sometimes we may get appreciation. Majority of the times we may get a depreciation, not appreciation. Because of 2 weeks you may not going to complete anything. But may understand the product owner and scrum master may not understand the high level team, and they have on top upon that their deadlines, and we have our deadlines, and it's very tightly mingle into the retrospective. This is very down to earth monitoring. Here everyone is actively working, or who is not working, something typically here can identify.
Surendra, one question here. So after knowing all these pains of the agile methodology, Scrum Master, management, whatever it is, Scrum management, project management, why SAP still promotes this? Basically, it is.
One thing, the only one advantage here. If you implement ASAP, whatever the XYZ methodologies, and business is given one kind of requirement, based on that you are building the baby, and end of the day when you are going to deploy the solution into the quality, then you are bringing into the business, hey, whatever you are given the requirement, based on that I build the solution, you can test and deploy to the production. That time business scenarios may change, and we may not cover that, we will say out of scope that, and business may not happy 50%.
But they have the written proof there.
Yes. So we have an evidence, say, hey, you given that day X requirement, we implemented. You give me this requirement, we will implement later on. But business in that day is on pain.
Yeah, Master, one more thing is, in traditional SAP methodology or waterfall methodology, we do have, functional specification freezing concept, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, there is no point of freezing, even within the 2 weeks or something like we are implementing. So in between, some product owner or, some master will come up, okay, potentially change here.
We are not able to hear you now.
Yeah, let me explain what I was trying to say. Because of 2 weeks, everyone is visible. If I see the retrospective, everyone is visible where we are. Okay. If somewhere is lacking, they have a capable to the push up and bring it to the up to the speed. If somewhere the solution is not happy, they will say, hey, add on these more features, we are happy. Or they will say, this solution we may not need and you can work on this. You know, you are going to save time and you are going to be accurate and you are going to be happy end of the day. But always the painful for the consultant to answer everything. Okay, you may need to have attention 100% and you may need to be active what was there in our bucket. Either you are working or your teammate is working or upgrade or down the line systems is not supporting, that is irrespective. But here everything you should be capable to answer based on to our communication. They are going to say streamline everything, bring it to the speed up or bring it to the quality or prioritize something. So everything is reliable here, which is dynamically active here, which is what the previously we discussed. So that is dynamically active.
So, and I would like to add one more thing. So, in the previous SAP methodology, at least some point of time, the consultant gets in some kind of relaxation, or at least he can find the next level of next coming phase he can concentrate. But during this methodology, every day he has to be proactive and he has to work, the full extent. And if there are any changes, again he has to adapt.
Yeah, no, so again, your voice is
very
cutting,
creative
so,
in
yeah.
agile methodology. Every day
Correct.
you have to find a new excuse to share.
Yeah, you may not, if you say same word to the every 3 days, the next day it will escalate it to the higher level. I seen typically in my life. Yeah. So, which as Murli shared and Naga
these
is
are
saying,
two
which is the certification
shared,
materials, it has to go. The first one is active methodology, activate, and the second one is agile project delivery. Because of why they Act 200 is bring it to the picture is based on to the, if you look at the first slide, it says, let me go to the here.
One question, basically, what is the
if you
sequence
see,
of authorization certifications, Surendra Garu? What is the sequence of our certification? S/4HANA certification first or Activate? Which one we need to do?
That is independent, sir. SAP Activate methodology is for only the project management level.
Correct.
It's not the consultant level. You are doing FI certification first and you are doing Activate later, or you are doing Activate methodology first.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
It doesn't matter. SAP, it won't look at it. Typically, which I did is the last I did Activate methodology certification. Out of 6, the last one is this one I did.
Surendra Garu? How did you manage so many certifications? It's small child. I'm not. You have some secret there.
Nothing is managing here based on to the interest. You are going to be write the certification. So this is completely an interest, and your value going to be add on. But typically, if you look at to the on field, nothing, nothing.
Yeah.
This is nothing will help to the on field.
Yeah, at least you will know terminology and you may have done that.
But yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
So that's what. But typically based on to the interest, and yeah, if you look at the second point, actual methodology based out of agile methodology. That's how they bought two things. So it's bring it to the Act 2 PDF for certification. Yeah.
Good session. Really good session.
Anyone have any questions, let me know. Because I may not knowing 100% this, what I worked, I am explaining because I have hands-on experience, which is to the agile methodology. I worked on more than 3 years, and which is the Activate methodology. Just I did the certification that time. What I read, I understand. I may not knowing 100%. So if something I said wrong, so maybe you can read somewhere tomorrow or day after. Please correct me as well. I will answer. Yeah.
That's not the question of correction, but maybe some questions we may have it. You can ask.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So Satish, probably you can stop the recording and discuss whatever we want now. Yeah.
Just I want to add few more points.
Sure, Satish.
Yeah, go ahead, Satish. We have under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I need another maybe.
Or we wanted to take it up next week.
No, sir, it is related to this Activate methodology. I won't take more than 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Much time.
I understand. Better to be covered next week because of already 9:27. So Probably we can cover that next week in half an hour or what are
Definitely.
the time. So
That's my
rest,
suggestion
the remaining first will give priority, which Sitaram Garu saying is going to be give someone lecture. Once that is done, so if you have time, we will cover your topic. Because of
Sure. So that's fine. That's
that is basically
already we are into the. I see couple of guys is overloaded. It's a boring for them.
No,
So
it's
if you are
not
starting
boring
it
at all.
now, I don't know how much they are going to be
That
adapt
is my concern.
solution.
Actually.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. My
Satish,
intention is I want to complete this topic with today, so we can concentrate again tomorrow on the new conversation. Okay, whatever you say, that's fine.
Satish,
Most
one quick question. I
Yes.
want you to address what is next week before everybody leaves.
Yes.
Just I want you to explain a little bit. Then you can go to the topic. Whoever wants to stay. If
Can you stop recording, Satish, first?
Please, I will do it.